Hi everyone, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and thank you so much for joining me for this 30-minute yoga inspired workout. So this is a little bit of an all over body workout, however there is a little bit of an emphasis on the core, so we're definitely going to be working out that core today and the sides of your waist. So you don't need anything for this, just yourself and your mat, and whenever you are ready, let's begin. Okay everyone, so let's begin by coming into a nice easy seated position on your mat. I'm going to be cross-legged. Sit up tall through the spine, relax the shoulders, and then as we inhale we're going to reach the hands up to the sky, draw the palms together, and then exhale, hands come through center. And again, we take a big inhale, reaching up a little bit higher this time, really stretching out that waist and that core. Exhale, hands through center. And then third time, inhale, reaching up, looking all the way up to the sky. Exhale, the hands come down through center, and just let the hands fall wherever is comfortable. Just rest them on the knees. Take the chin in towards the chest. And take a few little half neck circles here. Just taking one ear to one shoulder and then across to the other side. Just letting the body gently open up, just releasing some tension from the neck and from the upper back. If it works, we might take a few full circles with the head one way. We might switch directions and take a few the other way. And then coming back to center, picking the gaze back up, and just take a few big circles through the shoulders, but try to make these circles as big as possible. So as the shoulders come up towards the ears, really try to squeeze them up there, send them as far back as we can, and all the way around. And then we come back into stillness, let the shoulders hang heavy, and then think about taking some big circles with your upper body. So keeping your sit bones grounded, just moving the body around one way. It doesn't matter too much how this looks, as long as we feel like we're getting some movement through the spine and we're warming up the back. We might start to inhale as we come forward with the chest. Exhale as we round the back. And then switch directions, take a few the other way. Maybe take this movement a little bit bigger this time. Just gently warming everything up, getting that blood moving through the body. And then eventually bring yourself back into stillness. Nice. So from here, we're going to plant the left hand onto the floor, reach up and over with your right. Try to extend that top arm as long as we can so that we get this big stretch through the right hand side of the body. Just take a few deep breaths here, and we can stay up high if that feels better, or we might start to bend through that bottom elbow, letting the body come a bit lower. But as long as we're feeling that stretch through the right hand side of the waist, that's where we want to be. Take one more breath here, and then go ahead and bring that right hand behind the head. As we inhale, we're going to twist the chest up to the sky, point that elbow up. As we exhale, we're going to engage the core as we turn and try to touch the opposite knee with your elbow. So as we inhale, we open up. As we exhale, engage the core and twist. Inhale to open, exhale to close. Take a few like this. Try to get that elbow pointing all the way up to the sky as we inhale. Try to get contact with the knee as we exhale. Keep the core engaged the entire time. Let's take 3 more here. 3 and 2. And last one, come all the way back, extend the arm, take 1 more breath, and then come up through center. Plant the right hand onto the floor as we reach up and over with the left. Find that stretch through the left hand side of your body, through your waist, maybe bend the right elbow if we need to, and just hold it here, breathing deeply. Take 1 more breath here, and then bend that top elbow. As we inhale, we're going to turn the chest and the elbow facing up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, engage the core, twist. As we inhale, we open up. Exhale, twist, elbow to knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Keep breathing deeply here. Trying to point that elbow as high up towards the sky as we inhale, making physical contact with the knee as we exhale. Let's go for 3 more here. 3 and 2. And final 1. Coming back, extending the arm, take 1 more breath here, and then slowly come all the way back to seated. Nice. From here, we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. If the knees need to have a little bend to make it more comfortable, that's okay, but we're going to lengthen the legs out nice and long. Take the toes up towards the sky. Keep the legs engaged, so it's almost like the heels are lifted off the floor here. And inhale to reach your hands up, and we're going to hold it here. Take a few deep breaths. Try to lengthen that spine as long as we can, imagining that we are sitting up against a nice flat wall. Press the chest forward, open the shoulders back. Take 1 more big inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to come forwards, and we're going to stop about halfway. Keep the legs engaged, keep the toes pointing up. Take 1 more inhale, and then exhale, release into a forward fold. Take a few breaths here. Maybe find a little sway side to side if that feels good for your body. Just breathing into the lower back here. And then eventually coming back to center, releasing yourself all the way back up into seated, and bringing soles of the feet onto the floor. So we're going to bring the hands in behind the knees and maybe come onto tippy toes here. And then we're going to think about lowering the upper body back a little bit until we can start to feel the core engage. We're going to feel the core engage to stop us falling all the way back. And when we feel that, that's where we want to stop. And if this feels enough, you can stay here. We're still working the same muscles. If you want to go a little bit further, we might start to lift 1 toe, point it forward, place it back down, other side. So just alternating these little toe taps. Keep the core engaged and keep the spine long. So everything that we're going to do in our boat pose, it's so important that we keep that spine long and keep the shoulders back and down. So we don't want to be hunching forwards. In our boat pose, we want to keep the chest nice and open. If this is feeling a little bit easy, we might bring both legs up, shins parallel with the floor, and we might find a little tap with the toe onto the mat. So a little tap, tap, and tap. And just alternating here, alternating toe taps. Keep the core engaged. And then if we want, we might reach the fingertips forwards, just taking it up a little level here. Keep breathing. The chest is open. We don't want to find that hunch through the upper back. Nice. Bring both legs up and hold it here. Take 3 deep breaths. Keep that core engaged. Keep breathing, never holding the breath here. And then for our last few, we're going to extend one leg, try to tap that heel on the ground and then pull the leg back in. So a little tap, in, tap, in, tap, in, tap, in. Keep going, keep breathing. Take this at your own pace. Let's go for 6 more. There's 6, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Can we bring it in? Can we hold the legs forwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then cross the legs. Take a nice little forward fold. So just releasing the head and the shoulders forwards, taking a little breather. Maybe take a little sway side to side. And then eventually coming back to stillness, rolling forwards, and we'll meet in our tabletop. So on hands and knees here. We're going to go through some cat-cow. So inhale to look forward, point the tailbone up. As we exhale, chin to chest, round the back. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Take a few more breaths here. Just linking this movement up with the breath. One more breath here. And then meet me back in your tabletop, nice neutral spine. From here we're going to find a plank pose. So step both feet back, tuck the toes under, and keep the hips level. So keep pressing into the mat with your hands. Keep that strength through the arms. Take a few deep breaths here. And then either hold this, or maybe we lift one hand, top the opposite shoulder, and same thing other side. So we find a little tap, 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 tap. So we're slightly shifting the weight side to side here, but we're trying to keep the hips as steady as we can. They are going to rock about a little bit, but that's okay. Keep that core engaged, keep the lower back nice and flat. Let's go for 10 more here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to plank, hold it here. Take one big inhale, and then as we exhale, slowly bend the elbows, lower yourself all the way down to the floor, untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Shift the hips back, reach the fingers forwards. Breathe it out. Just slow the breath down here. Rest the arms, rest the forehead. Breathe into the upper back. And take your last few deep breaths here. And then after your next full breath, go ahead and lift the hips, coming back into your tabletop. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and then we're going to lift into a downward facing dog. So tuck the toes under, lift the hips high, send them back. Downward facing dog. Maybe we start to find some movement here, maybe pedaling out through the feet. Bending one knee at a time. And then come back to stillness. Try to press the hands a little deeper into the mat. Try to reach the heels a little further back. Lift the hips high. Take a full inhale and a nice full exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to roll onto the tippy toes, bring the shoulders over the wrists into your plank. And as we exhale, we're going to send the hips high, come back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, hips back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Keep moving here. Every inhale, roll forwards to plank. Every exhale, find your downward dog. Keep the core engaged the entire time. And press the hands deeply into your mat. Keep breathing, keep moving. If we need a break, we can just find a few breaths in our downward dog or in a child's pose. Let's go for 3 more. There's 3. And 2. And 1. Meet me back in your plank. Stay strong through those arms. Can we feel, or can we take those little taps with the fingers to the opposite shoulder? Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to plank. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, chaturanga. Come down slowly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. From here, inhale to lift the left leg up. Exhale, step forwards in between the hand, plant the back foot, and come up into your warrior 2. So the back toes are pointing towards the long edge of your mat. We've got this bend through the front knee, and the shoulders are rolled back. The gaze is forwards. We're going to hold it here. Take 1 full breath. And then as we inhale, lift the hands up, straighten the front knee. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior 2. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior 2. Hold it here. Straighten out the front leg. Reach the front fingers forwards. And then take the front hand down to the shin, the thigh, maybe the floor, or reach the back hand up. Holding it here in your triangle pose. Take 1 full belly breath here. And then release by pressing into the front foot, coming back into your warrior 2. Go ahead and bring the hands behind the head and keep the elbows open nice and wide. We're going to try to keep the legs completely steady so the core is engaged. We want to keep this bend through the front knee. And we're going to start to hinge towards the side, bringing that left elbow towards the left knee. And then using the right hand side of your waist to pull back up. So inhale to come down, exhale, come back. Inhale down, exhale, pull it back. Take a few more here. We can take this movement fast, or we can keep it really slow and controlled. It's up to you. Just keep your core engaged, keep the legs nice and steady. Let's go for 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Meet me here. Extend the arms, warrior 2. Take 1 more breath. And then drop the arms, straighten out the front leg. Turn all the toes to face the long edge of your mat. Inhale to reach the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to send the hips back. We're going to hinge forward and we're going to stop halfway. So when our body is parallel with the floor, we stop and we hold it here. Keep reaching the fingers forwards. Keep the back nice and long. Take 2 more breaths here. Keep that core engaged. And then drop the hands to the floor, release the forehead, release the shoulders. Just take a few deep breaths in your wide-legged forward fold. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to come back up to that halfway point. So where the body was parallel with the floor, bring your hands together at heart center. Take the gaze forwards. And then we're going to bring a bend into the right knee. We're going to keep the left leg extended and come into a bit of a side lunge here. Press into that foot, come back up. Take it to the other side. Press into the left foot, come back to center. Hinge to the right, come back. Hinge to the left. Just take a few more here. Exhaling as we lower, inhaling as we come through center. Just take a few more breaths here. Starting to feel those legs working, starting to feel that little rush of energy moving up through the thighs, into the glute muscles here as we press into that foot to lift back up. Let's take 3 more each side. Last one. And then come to stand all the way back up. We're going to spin the right toes to face what will now be the back of your mat. We're going to reach the fingertips up to shoulder height. Exhale into warrior 2 and hold it here. Keep pressing the soles of the feet into the mat. Keep the shoulders rolling open, the spine is long. As we inhale, we're going to bring the hands up, extend the front knee. Exhale, bend the knee, lower the arms. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale to reach. Exhale, warrior 2. Let's take 2 more. After your next one, we meet back in our warrior 2. We hold it here. Can we extend the front leg? Reach the fingertips all the way towards the back end of your mat. Drop the hand down. Maybe the hand comes to the shin or the thighs, and reach your left hand up. Triangle pose here, keeping the chest open and the shoulders stacked. Take 1 more deep breath. And then exhale, release back into your warrior 2, extending the arms, bending the knee, and then bring the hands once again behind your head. We're going to try to keep the legs exactly where they are. Keep that bend through the front knee, engage the core, and then start to hinge over towards that bent knee. See if we can make physical contact with the elbow on the knee. Keep the elbows open, and then use the waist to pull back up. So inhale to come down, exhale, come back up. Keep breathing. Inhale down, exhale, pull. Every time we come down, we're trying to lower ourselves as much as we can without collapsing through the upper back. Every time we pull back up, we're using the side of our waist to pull. Let's go for 3 more here. Keep moving and keep breathing. There's 3. And 2. And 1. Come back into your warrior 2. From here, we're going to spin everything to face the back of your mat. I was going to say the front or the back of your mat, depending on what way you want to look at it. But we're holding in our high lunge. Take an inhale here, and then exhale to lower the hands, framing the right foot. And then we're going to step the right foot back. Take a 3-legged dog here. Take 1 breath. And then lower both feet to the floor. Take your knees to the mat. Sit the hips back. Take a child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Breathing deeply all the way down to the belly. Exhaling fully. Let your body completely relax. Let the breath lengthen. And then after your next full exhale, we can come out of our child's pose. We can walk our hands back towards our knees. And we're going to find ourselves in seated on our mats. Keep the knees bent up and reach the fingertips forwards. From here, we're going to start to lower ourselves really slowly onto our mat, and we want to sort of tuck the tailbone under and imagine that we were placing the back down onto the mat vertebra by vertebra. So keep that core nice and tight. As we come down, keep the fingertips reaching forwards, keep the feet glued to the mat, and slowly lower yourself all the way onto your back. Bring the knees in towards the chest. You can take a little rock side to side. And then come back into center. From here, we're going to find a little bit of an upside down tabletop here. So we want to imagine that we were in our tabletop, but obviously we're on our back, so we want the knees up on top of the hips, we want to have the wrists up on top of the shoulders, and we want to press the lower back into the mat. So we don't want to have any space between our lower back and the mat. We want to push the belly button down, find your lower back pressing into the mat. And if it helps for you to get that engagement, you can look forwards towards your belly button, feel that press on the mat, and then lower the head back down. Nice. From here, keep this level of engagement through the core and go ahead and tap the right toe to the mat. Keep that little bend in the knee, and then use the core to pull the right knee back through center. Same thing other side. Take the left toe, tap, bring it back. Let's go with the right thumb. Bring the right thumb back to the mat. Bring it back. Left thumb reaches back, little tap on the mat. Bring it back. Let's go again. Let's do each toe. And then each hand. And we can stick with this, or we can start to take it using one hand and the opposite foot. So maybe the next time we go, we might lower the right foot and the left arm, pull it back, opposite side. Keep this movement really slow and really controlled. Keep that engagement through the core. And the most important thing here is to keep that lower back pressed into your mat. So keep on pressing that lower back down. We don't want that lower back to lift. Let's take 3 more each side. And then eventually meet me back in center. From here, extend both legs up towards the sky. We can keep the fingertips reaching up. And we're going to find a little crisscross with the legs. So just crisscrossing the legs here. Can we take it a little bit quicker? Keep that core engaged. Keep pressing that lower back onto the mat. We might stay here. If we want to go a little bit further, maybe we reach the fingertips forward, lift the neck, lift the upper back. Let's crisscross it out here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to stillness. Hug those knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And then come back to center. From here, just extend both legs long across your mat and reach your hands up and overhead. You can slightly arch the back here if it feels good, just to really stretch out all of those muscles in through the core. Take 3 deep breaths here. And then whenever you are ready, we can lower the arms, we can bend the knees, and we can slowly bring ourselves all the way up into a comfortable seated position on your mat. And if you wish to stay here and take a few little seated stretches just to cool down, you can do that. I will link a little video up above. But if you have to go about the rest of your day, let's finish by reaching both hands up, drawing the palms together, and exhaling your hands to yourself, to your heart space. And namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you would like to see more like this, please subscribe, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.